The Matrix Revolutions. Is this final part of the actual trilogy before they even came back with Resurrections deserve the hate after it's been over 20 years since it came out? Or am I going to have to prove to the critics that they are wrong about this? Here's a solo re-review of The Matrix Revolutions. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Noel, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a re-review of the 2003 sci-fi action flick The Matrix Revolutions, released by Warner Bros., written and directed by the Wachowskis, the third installment of the Matrix film series, released a half a year after the previous installment, The Matrix Reloaded, was released. It features returns of actors from the previous films, including Keanu Reeves, Laurence Fishburne, Carrie-Anne Moss, Hugo Weaving, Jada Pinkett Smith, Monica Bellucci, and Lambert Wilson, and others. This time, Mary Alice takes over the role of the Oracle after Gloria Foster, who had passed away in 2001, but managed to fit. But of course, if I said she had managed to finish filming her performance in the previous installment. It was released on November 5th, 2003. Unfortunately, it kind of got a little mixed reviews to hateful reviews. Nevertheless, it still did fine and what have you. While being the final entry in the original trilogy of the series, the Matrix storyline was continued in the Matrix Online video game. And it was the first live action feature to be released in both regular and IMAX theaters at the same time. Before I get started, if you have not seen my re-reviews of the first two, which I would appreciate you check them out. I'm going to include them in my regular Matrix playlist. I will not be doing a redo playlist, okay? So this will be with my original reviews of the Matrix and the original back-to-back review of this and Matrix Reloaded, okay? Just thought I'd let you know that first before I get started. Okay. Picking up immediately where Reloaded ended, Neo and Bane still lie unconscious in the medical bay of the ship Hammer. Inside the Matrix, Neo is trapped in a subway station named Mobile Avenue, a transition zone between the Matrix and the machine world. He meets a family of programs, including a girl named Seti. The father tells Neo the subway is controlled by the Trainman, a program loyal to the Merovingian. When Neo tries to board a train with the family, the trainman refuses and overpowers him. Seraph contacts Morpheus and Trinity on behalf of the Oracle, who informs them of Neo's confinement. Seraph, Morpheus, and Trinity enter Club Hell, where they confront the Merovingian and force him to release Neo. Troubled by visions of the Machine City, Neo visits the Oracle, who reveals that Smith intends to destroy both the Matrix and the real world. She tells him that everything that has a beginning has an end. After Neo leaves, a large group of Smiths assimilates Sadie and Seraph. The Oracle does not resist assimilation, and Smith gains her powers of precognition. In the real world, the crews of Morpheus' ship, which I can't really pronounce, and the Hammer find and reactivate Niobe's ship, the Logos. They interrogate Bane, who says that he has no recollection of the earlier massacre. As the captains plan their defense of Zion, Neo requests the ship to travel to the Machine Sea, motivated by her encounter with the Oracle. Now, Niobe offers him the Logos. Neo departs, accompanied by Trinity. Bane, who has stowed away on the Logos, takes Trinity hostage. Neo realizes that Bane has been assimilated by Smith, and a fight ensues. Bane burns Neo's eyes with a power cable, blinding him. Neo discovers that he can still see machine source code in the real world and uses this ability to kill Bane. Trinity pilots them to the Machine Sea. Niobe and Morpheus rush towards Zion in the Hammer to aid the human defenses. Zion's shipyard is overwhelmed by a horde of sentinels. and the fatally wounded Captain Mifune instructs Kid to open the gate for the hammer, which he does not. Well, I mean, excuse me, which he does with the aid of Z. When it arrives, it discharges its EMP, disabling all sentinels present, but also Zion's remaining defenses. Humans are forced to retreat and wait for the next attack, thinking it will be their last stand. The Logos is attacked by a wave of machines outside of the machine sea. To avoid the onslaught, they fly above them to open sky and then crash into a building, fatally wounding Trinity. Neo enters the machine sea and encounters the leadership of the machines in the form of the Deus Ex Machina. Sorry if I mispronounced it, but anyway, Neo warns that Smith plans to conquer both the Matrix and the real world and offers to stop Smith in exchange for peace with Zion. The Deus Ex Machina agrees, and the Sentinels shut down, stopping the attack on Zion. Now then, I'm going for the final act and ending. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop the field. Go to the description box below. Fast forward to the time below as I'm now counting down. If you've seen this movie, please continue. Sorry. Okay, you've been warned. The machines plug Neo into the Matrix, whose population has now been entirely assimilated by Smith. The Smith with the Oracle's powers steps forth, telling Neo that he has foreseen his victory against him. After a protracted fight, Neo appears to concede defeat and allows himself to be assimilated. Outside the Matrix, the machines send a surge of energy into Neo's body, which inside the Matrix causes the Neo Smith clone, then all the other Smith clones, to be destroyed, restoring the Oracle and killing Neo. The Sentinels withdraw from Zion, Morpheus, and Niobe embrace, and Neo's body is carried away by the machines. The Matrix is rebooted, and the Architect meets the Oracle in a park. They agree that the peace will last as long as it can, and that those humans who desire it will be offered the opportunity to leave the Matrix. The Oracle tells Sadie, who created a beautiful sunrise for Neo, that she thinks they will see Neo again. Seraph asks the Oracle if she knew this would happen. She replies that she did not know, but she believed. End of story. So, what did I think of the Matrix Revolutions? Well, I'm gonna say it was okay in my view. This is the one. Well, aside from the recent one, Resurrections, I've only seen this a few times. I've seen this maybe 3 or 4 times. Excuse me, everyone. And I'm gonna say it's factually an okay conclusion and what have you. At least it still provides all the action and thrills that we got from the previous 2 films. But anyway, despite getting mixed and negative reviews, well, the mixed reviews came from Metacritic, while negative response came from Rotten Tomatoes. It still went on to make $427 million worldwide against its $110 to $150 million budget. Still, it did pretty well, and it became the third highest Wednesday opening behind The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers and Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace. So anyway, and for 3 years it had the highest 5-day Wednesday opening for any Warner Bros. Film until Superman Returns surpassed it 3 years later. The film would even compete against the newly released family films of Brother Bear and Elf, which of course would be released under New Line Cinema, which of course is a subsidiary of Warner Bros. Anyway, it also did pretty well internationally and what have you. And it would also achieve the record for having the biggest international opening weekend for an R-rated film for the next 12 years until it was surpassed by 50 Shades of Grey in 2015. It did get to do well on its physical media as well. Now, for its reviews, Rotten Tomatoes has it at a mere 34, which is way lower than even Reloaded, saying it's a disappointing conclusion to the Matrix trilogy as characters and ideas take a back seat to the special effects. Yeah, that is kind of an issue and what have you. So, To be honest, I can't really defend this film big time and what have you, but I will say the effects are still good though. I wish we could have just seen a little more of some of the characters and what have you. Now, Matt Craig, who I don't really talk about, has a score of 47 out of 100 based on 41 reviews and what have you. And some critics criticize this film for being anticlimactic. Additionally, some critics regard the film as less philosophically ambiguous than its predecessor. Critics had difficulty finding closure pertaining to events of the previous film and were generally dissatisfied. However, Roger Ebert gave it a decent review despite offering criticisms of his own on the grounds that it at least provided closure to the story well enough so that fans following the series would prefer seeing it as to not. That's understandable and what have you. So I am going to say it does have its issues though. Now we have Don Davis back on board to do the score, but it is a shame we don't get to hear much of major artists on the soundtrack in my view, like the previous two. That's kind of another negative. Another negative I've got with the film. But the cast, however, was still pretty good, despite there were some issues with us not seeing much of them a whole lot. Keanu Reeves is still good as Neo, so is Laurence Fishburne as Morpheus, and Carrie-Anne Moss as Trinity. Hugo Weaving as Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith as Niobe, or Niobe, I'm sorry if I said. Monica Bellucci is back as Persephone, and Lambert Wilson as the Merovingian. They were both still good and what have you. Mary Alice, I'd say she's as good as Gloria Foster in ways as the Oracle. Helmut Bakaitis is back as the architect. He's still good. Harold Perrineau plays Link again. Yeah, pretty good. Colin Cho played Seraph. He was good. Noah Gay is back as Z. Good and what have you. Excuse me. And Harry Lanks is back as Commander Locke. So anyway, and there's also others in what have you. But anyway, the cast isn't too bad. I just wish this film had well, a little more stronger focus on the cast, and not just its special effects. I mean, I don't get me wrong, I love the special effects in the Matrix films. It's just that it could have focused on some of the characters a little more and what have you. Yes, I do. So I do agree with critics. Well, 50-50 and what have you. But I don't really hate the film and what have you. It just got its issues and what have you. But anyway, and the ending's fine and what have you. So overall, The Matrix Revolutions is kind of a mixed bag of a conclusion. So would I recommend it? Well, I'd only recommend a one-time watch if you're a hardcore completionist. Watch it after you watch Matrix Reloaded, okay? Anyway, that would be the end until we got The Matrix Resurrections in December 2021, which I've already done a spoiler-free review of. You can check that out in the Matrix playlist, as I presented that earlier on the video. So, what did you think of The Matrix Revolutions? Let me know in the comments section below. If you liked the video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you my review of Monsters vs. Aliens. So if you like this, consider checking out my reviews of these other films. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of Watchmen. The upper right-hand corner is my review of a much better threequel of a flick with Keanu Reeves, and that's John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. Or go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review of another better threequel that came out just after this with Hugo Weaving, and that's The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.